Hello good people, it's Tech Tips by Larry here, where we simplify tech for you. So in this video we are going to create a jokes app using Python. So let's get started with the video. Remember to subscribe and like the video, and also remember to watch my previous video on how to convert any image into an ASCII. So let's get started with building our jokes application using Python. So to build the jokes application, we'll need two packages, which is pyttxs and pyttxs3, which is going to enable us to listen to the jokes through the voice system. It's a text-to-speech converter. It's going to convert the jokes into audio so that you can be able to listen to. So let's first of all install the two packages that we need. So to get the packages, you'll need to head over to PyPy and search for them. So let's head over to PyPy and search for the two packages. So search for pyttxs and search for pyttxs3 and install them. So to install them, you'll have to head over to your code editor. So for me, I'm using PyCharm. I've always preferred using PyCharm to write my Python programs. So head over to the terminal, which is down here, and pip install pyttxs. So just copy it from copied, head over to the terminal and paste it over there, and let it install. So for me, I had already installed it, so it's going to tell me it's already satisfied. So just give it time to install. As it installs, let's head over to PyPy and copy pip install pyttxs3. This is a package that is used to convert any text to speech. So as you can see here, you have to pip install it, and we also have to come back here and copy this. So let's head over to our terminal. Let's wait for pyttxs to install. So as you can see, my requirement is already satisfied. So I also know that you may incur problems while installing the pyttxs package. So if you have any problem installing it, please be sure to change it and install the pyttxs and not pyttxs. And let's head over and install our text-to-speech converter, which is pyttxs3. So let's copy it, head over to our terminal and paste it and run it. As you can see, the requirement is already satisfied. So let's get started with writing the code. So first of all, you need to create a folder. I had already created a folder and named it pyttxs over here, as you can see. Now all I need to do, I need to create a Python file in the folder, and I'm going to name the file laugh.py. I'm going to let the folder open, and now the next thing that I need to do, I need to import the two packages that we just installed. So for that, you'll have to import pyttxs and also we'll have to import the text-to-speech converter, which is pyttxs3. So we have to import that one too. So now the next thing we do, we need to head back to our browser, and we need to copy this text over here. This is the one that's going to allow the speech to come out in form of the output, which is the text that has been converted. So for more on how to do that, you can head over to the package description and read on how you can change different sounds Also, you can head over to the documentation and see more on how to do that. So let's copy this over here. So actually, let's head over to the documentation and read more on how to use this package. So let's head over to the documentation of pyttxs3. It's going to explain for us on more on how to use the library using pyttxs3. And let's scroll down here. So this is the simple description on how you can use it. So for me, since I had already done it in the previous video, so I'm going to copy the code that I had prepared for the voice, so and paste it here, but I'm going to explain so that you might understand. So as you can see, first of all, I have to call the engine that's going to generate the sound, as you can see in line 4. On line 5, I have to choose the voices which I want the output to come in form of, and I have to set the property voice and choose which index of voice number it's going to generate and the ID. So here, as you can see, I chose 1. This is a sound that will come in form of a male voice. If I choose 0, it will come on form of a female voice. Sorry for that. And on the rate.engine get property, this is the property that it allows the sound, the rate of the sound that is going to be outputted. Either it comes in a fast manner or in a slow manner. And engine.get property rate, you can either increase the rate or decrease it or set it to neutral. So that's it for the sound engine. Now the next thing I need to do, I need to define a function, and I'm going to call the function speak. And in speak, I'm going to pass audio, what I want the sound to speak. So I'm going to pass audio in speak. Now, after defining the function, I need to call the package, the engine. So I'm going to say here engine.say, and in here I'm going to pass what do I want the engine to say. I need to speak the audio, so I'm going to pass the audio in here. And after I have passed the audio, I need it to run so that we are able to listen to the voice. So for that, I'm going to engine dot run and wait. So that's after now we have defined the first function. Now the next thing to do, we need to define a second function which is going to allow the pyttxs3 to speak out the joke. So for that, I'm going to define a function, and I'm going to call it joke, and I'm going to pass nothing in there. And now, since I want the jokes to come out in form of speech, I need to call the function that we just defined up here, the speak function. Now I'm going to call speak here, and I need it to speak the jokes that are generated automatically from the pyttxs package. So for that, I need to call the pyttxs dot get joke. So that being done, now this function over here, the dev speak audio, it's going to allow the text that has been converted to come out in form of speech. And this function down here for the def jokes, it's going to allow for the jokes that are being generated from the package to be converted from text to speech, and they will come out in form of speech. Now the last thing that we need to do, we only need to run the program, and for that, since we need to if underscore name, if underscore name is equals to underscore main is equals to underscore main. Sorry for that. So it's supposed to be in double quotes, this one over here, so let's put it in double quotes. Is equals to underscore _main, the next thing we do, we need to run the joke over here. So let's call the joke function over here. And so guys, that's it. So now the next thing we need to do, we need to test the application to see if it's working. So for that, we'll head over to the terminal. We'll head over to the terminal and we'll have to cd into our folder, which is pyttxs. So head over here and cd pyttxs. So for yours it might be different because you might only be having one folder. So me, since I have many folders, I have to direct the terminal into the folder that has the program. So after cd pyttxs, now the next thing we need to run a Python program in the terminal, all you need to do is write the Python, is to write the file name in the terminal. So for that, I'm going to write laugh.py, and the next thing to do, I'm going to press enter and the program will run. So let's press enter and listen to the jokes. So it's taking a while to load, so let's be patient with it. Okay, I don't know.
There are 10 types of people: those who understand trinery, those who don't, and those who have never heard of it.
So as you have heard, that's one of the jokes. Let's try and run another one so that you can hear. I don't know, it's taking time, but let's see again.
QA engineer walks into a bar. Orders a beer. Orders 0 beers. Orders 999999999 beers. Orders a lizard. Orders -1 beers. Orders a Spiljanez.
So as you have heard, that's a male voice. That's because in the set property voice, we set the voice to the ID1. So let's change the ID to 0 and see which voice will be generated next. So let's give it a try again after changing the voice ID to 0. So let's run the program again and listen to the jokes.
There are 2 ways to write error-free programs. Only the third one works.
So as you have heard, it has changed the voice. For index 0, it's a female voice. Index 1, it's a male voice. Let's try and see if we have index 2 in the program and run the program again.
I suggested holding a Python object-oriented programming seminar, but the acronym was unpopular.
So as you have heard, index 2 is also a female voice. So I'm going to stick with the voice1.id. So that gives us the male voice, and you can run the program again so that you can be sure that we have changed back to the index that we began with. So let's do
Speed
this.
dating is useless. 5 minutes is not enough to properly explain the benefits of the Unix philosophy.
So guys, as you have heard, we have been able to write a jokes program. It's able to convert text to speech, and it's fetching the jokes from the package which is pyttxs, which is fetching the jokes from I guess an API which is online somewhere. So whenever we run the program, it's going to give us different jokes each time we run it. So that's the program on how to write a jokes application using Python and the 2 libraries, which is pyttxs and pyttxs3, which is used to convert text into speech. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and like the video,